What's up guys, and today I am very excited to bring you guys this video about everything that's changing today in Friday the 13th the game. If you're as excited as I am, please remember to like and share the video and subscribe if you're new, and let's begin. So first up, single player challenges. Single player challenges Friday the 13th the game's newest playable game mode is now available. Test your skills as Jason Voorhees by clearing out all the counselors in Camp Crystal Lake in each of the 10 unique scenarios. Each level contains special cinematic kills that are available only in single player challenges. There are also multiple challenge objectives that are available in each level that can only be completed through proper planning and preparation. Play as Jason in any way you like. You may choose to be slow and sneaky for that suspenseful cinematic experience, or you may choose to brute force your way through hacking and slashing. There are 30 new unlockable emotes that can be obtained in the single player challenges. Each challenge has a reward of 3 unique emotes through the collection of these following skulls: No Survivor Skull, XP Score Skull, and the Undetected Skull. Good luck and happy hunting. Introducing Victoria Sterling, the newest counselor to arrive at Camp Crystal Lake. Victoria has a level requirement of 42 and her stats are the following: Composure 4, Luck 8, Repair 3, Speed 4, Stamina 7, Stealth 7, and Strength 2. A new perk rarity tier has been introduced: Legendary Perks. Legendary perks are now the rarest perks that can be obtained. The perk values and traits are identical to epic perks, but there is one big difference between the two rarities. All legendary perks come equipped with one extra positive trait. These traits are predetermined and work in addition to the perk's original traits. Here are the traits that are tied to each legendary perk. Now here's the list. It's pretty long. If you want to pause the video and read each individual trait, then be my guest. Perk values adjusted. The following perks have had their possible values adjusted: Easy Listening, Motorboating, Man at Arms, My Dad's a Cop, Quiet Swimmer, Leadfoot, and Aquanaut. Perk selection screen updated. Perk rarity can now also be distinguished by a numbering system added to the perk graphic in order to assist players with color blindness. Weapon swapping feature. A new option is now available in the Jason selection screen. Players will now be able to equip different weapons on each Jason. This feature unlocks for players at level 113 and will allow the swapping of the following weapons: Pickaxe, Machete, Axe, Fire Axe, Battle Axe, Spear, Pig Splitter, and Shears. Note, all the grab kills tied to the weapons, including the DLC kills, will also be available through the swap. Jason's swing animation. All of Jason's weapons have had their swinging animations adjusted to swing lower towards the ground. This change should help prevent Jason's swings from missing players that are on uneven terrain or crouching. Jason's grab changes. Jason's grab has been updated with a new animation and sound effect. These changes should more accurately represent the distance of Jason's grab and also feel more gratifying when landing a grab on a counselor. Doorway combat changes. We have made some adjustments to the way that combat works when there is a door in between Jason and a counselor. Originally, players were able to initiate combat from both sides of a closed door. This allowed counselors to time their swings and safely interrupt/damage Jason during his process of breaking down the door. Because of the way that combat works, there was little counterplay to these occurrences. In order to combat this one-sided exchange, counselors will no longer be able to hit Jason through doors. However, Jason will still have the ability to damage counselors that are standing extremely close to the door. Counselor weapon stats adjusted. The pips that represent the weapon stats in the how to play section have had their values per pip adjusted to be more consistent. In addition, the following weapons have had their stats adjusted: 2x4, frying pan, fallen tree branch, baseball bat, metal pipe, wrench, and the cooking pot. Infraction system. An infraction system has been added in order to combat issues with players prematurely leaving matches. Players will now gain infraction points by performing any of the following actions in a quick play match: leaving the match as Jason, leaving the match as a host, leaving the match while still alive as a counselor, leaving the match while in process of being killed. Accumulating too many infraction points will place you in a low priority queue in matchmaking with other similar players. These infraction points are not permanent and will decay over time. This paragraph is about the spawn preference system and how it's tied to your account. No matter how many lobbies you go into, the game will always know how many times you played as Jason. If you play as Jason too much in a small time frame, you won't be considered a candidate to play as him anymore. Fortunately, your chance to play as Jason recharges over time and it won't have any lasting effects on you. They just want to make sure that everyone has a chance to play as Jason if they want. Keybinding support. Keybinding support is now available on the PC for players using a keyboard and mouse. This feature may be accessed through settings, keybindings. General changes and bug fixes. New free emote added: the Poppin' Robot. Intro, outro, cinematic cutscenes will now show the weapons/skins that the Jason player has equipped. Rain has been re-enabled on Xbox One. fixed multiple issues related to the sweater, and added countermeasures to several character selection exploits on PC. Now here are all the changes to Jason. The first one is Part 5 Jason has a new color variant for his default skin available. Note, bloody skins for both the blue and green color variants have identical level requirements. Part 7 Jason replaced plus grip strength with weapon strength, and replaced minus shift with stun resistance. Fixed an issue where stun damage will not cause Jason's mask to fall off even after Jason has hit the HP threshold. Reworded the tooltip for the strength throwing knives to reflect previous changes made to Jason. Fixed a bug where the throwing knife crosshair would sometimes become stuck on the screen, and fixed a bug where the player could sometimes become unable to move after being hit during the grab animation. Adjusted the animation for Part 4 Jason's weapon to properly align with his hands during door/wall destruction animations. Fixed an issue that was causing some of Jason's weapons to not become bloody, and fixed a bug with Part 5 Jason's shift ability having an incorrect recharge rate. Fixed a bug where Jason would have the incorrect stun animation when shot by a flare gun, and fixed a bug that prevented Jason from breaking a phone box that has been repaired multiple times. Here's all the counselor changes. Killing Jason will now grant XP when the Jason player quits after the kill sequence has been initiated, and bear traps are no longer able to be placed inside tents. An equipped item that is being swapped out with another item will now attempt to locate the best available spot to be placed. In example, the ground. Note, this was to address the issue with players being able to stack items infinitely on top of each other until an item becomes unreachable. Fixed a bug where the bear trap arming animation would continue to play when the bear trap is triggering prematurely, and fixed a bug that was giving counselors too many attempts at triggering Jason's vulnerable state during the sweater stun kill sequence. Fixed a bug where the phone calling animation will continue to play when the player has stepped into a bear trap at the same time, and fixed a bug where if a counselor starts calling the police and steps into a bear trap at the same time, the phone will continue to fly around like a spooky ghost while the counselor attempts to escape the bear trap. What am I doing with my life? Fixed a bug where the emote wheel persists on the screen after the player has been killed, and fixed a bug where the player can become interaction locked by spamming the interact button on the phone while Jason is destroying the phone box. Fixed a bug where placing bear traps in certain locations would sometimes launch the player into the sky, and fixed a bug that caused players' fear effect to persist during the outro cinematic. Fixed an issue that caused the map to drop in as an item when the player is killed in certain hiding spots, and fixed an issue that caused an incorrect animation to play when certain counselors would direct hit a wall with a baseball bat. Fixed an issue with the slugger perk that caused the spawn baseball bat to have incorrect stats, and fixed a bug with the teamwork perk that caused the attack strength decrease to not work properly. Here are the vehicle changes. Improvements have been made to the way that cars are affected by physics. Improved car handling by changing the cars to front wheel drive, and added a small invincibility frame for the brief period when a counselor is exiting a car. Fixed an issue with cars becoming jittery or unstable after reaching top speeds, and cars have had their brakes improved. Cars can now come to a full stop more quickly, and using the handbrakes allows a player to drift. Added countermeasures to prevent counselors from standing on top of cars, and the rear view camera that is available while driving in reverse can now be accessed at any time while driving by holding the rear view button. Finally, fixed an issue that was causing the vehicle starting animations to not play. Here are the map changes. Repair parts dropped into the lake should now respawn by the shore more consistently across all maps, and regular doors that do not have a barricade attached can now be locked/unlocked from both sides. Added blockers to the cemeteries to prevent cars from traveling through, and address several exploit locations across all maps. Address several locations across all maps in which the environmental kills were inaccessible or not working properly, and drawers will no longer have an extended collision value once they have been opened. Finally, they adjusted the lighting throughout the multiplayer maps. They made 2 changes to the Jarvis house. They changed where repair parts will be spawned in the cabins, and the lights in the vacation house will now be properly disabled when the power box is destroyed. Here are the changes to Pinehurst. Fixed an issue where one of the doors in the halfway house could only be opened by Jason from the outside. Address an issue that caused some of the shorelines to have an incorrect collision which prevented players from exiting the water in those locations. Fixed a bed that was missing an interaction button, and changed the date that appears in the opening cinematic cutscene from 1986 to 1989. At Crystal Lake, there was a bug where Rob would appear bloody sometimes in the opening cutscene, but that's now fixed. At Packanack, they fixed a bug that prevented bear traps from being placeable in 2 of the cabins. These are all of the improvements made to bots. General improvements made to AI behavior, improvements with AI interaction with vehicles. AI will now make an attempt to interact or avoid Jason traps. AI will now be able to place bear traps. AI will now turn on radios as a distraction. The difficulty setting in offline bots will now affect the bots in the following ways: ranged accuracy, weapon pickup preferences, item location awareness, and starting items and preset perks. Now there are 3 changes to the sound. Fixed an issue that was causing the vehicle starting sounds to not play. fixed an issue that was causing the car braking sounds to not play for the driver, and cars braking in reverse will now play the appropriate sound. These are the final set of changes, and they're for the UI. The controller bumper should now scroll in the right direction when in the Jason selection screen, and the how to play section has been updated to include the single player challenges. That's it for the patch notes. That's everything that was changed or improved for the May update. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Baby, your love is my medicine. Baby, your love is my medicine. When I'm up, bring me down. Your love is my medicine, oh baby. Your love is my medicine. When I'm up, bring me down.